Alright guys, welcome to another exciting episode of Hear Me Out. I'm Kyle here at the Kyle Chronicles, and we're sitting in with Raise the Tides here in Syracuse, New York at the Gear Factory. Thanks for sitting in with us, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem. So, I'd like you guys to just introduce yourselves and say what you do in the band.
Yeah, I'm Joe. I play guitar.
I'm James, and I play the drums and sing.
I'm Jeremy, and I also sing.
I'm Eric, and I play guitar.
So, why don't we go into like the origins of Raise the Tides? Like, how did you guys all get together?
Do you want to take that one?
That's a long question.
We've been a band since 2013, so we've been around for a while. We had another guy who in the band previously who wanted to kind of jam around, and we kind of got the idea of like, who do we know? I played guitar, he played bass. We reached out to Jeremy.
James over here was the only drummer that we knew, so
Yeah.
and
And then Jeremy knew Joe, and then that's how it all started, really.
Mm-hmm.
And then and Joe came back to us this year, which we're happy about.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Back, ripped up and ready to go.
Oh yeah, back and better than ever.
Word. So, as I like to ask everyone, how long have you guys been doing music even before you started Raise the Tides? And did you guys grow up in a musical household? That's why you got inspired to do music?
As far as it goes with us just playing music, I didn't really have an experience beforehand until I joined the band. Just to elaborate more on like the start of it, what really kicked it off, we all went to a show in Albany, and just afterwards we went out back to the tour buses just to kind of see who was hanging out, like if we could maybe talk to somebody. IC Stars was back there, so we ended up like talking to the tour manager, and then Zach Johnson actually came out. He was talking to us for a bit, so we ended up hanging out with those guys for like a couple hours that night, and just after just seeing everything that was going on, just like feeling the energy and just like living the life of it per se, just for one night. We just absolutely loved it, and that's when we were like, all right, let's get serious, let's start doing it, let's make something happen.
Yeah, Joe, I know for myself, I started playing guitar when I was a kid, like acoustically, and then more of that, but like Joe has been playing, I know, for a long time.
Yeah, I've been playing guitar since I was like 7 years old. Like my dad played a little bit of guitar, like nothing crazy or anything like that, but music has always been a huge thing in my family, and I just kind of stuck with it.
Same with me. Music has always been a part of my family. My dad has always been a musician since he was could walk. Played the piano and the trumpet, and always been around that. I started playing the drums when I was like 13, so.
So basically, like most of you guys were born with like an instrument in your hands right off the get-go.
Yeah.
So,
I would say we were.
I started playing the trumpet.
Yeah, I would say we were all like
really young.
Prove it.
we were all pretty musically inclined. I mean, we all listened to like a lot of music growing up. I know I like family-wise, I kind of like listening a lot. So like a lot with like the family.
I always had music on in the house growing up. My parents never turned off the radio, so I was always around it.
so tell us why the name Raise the Tides?
It's a good question.
Yeah,
Why?
who knows the answer to that?
It's a
I would
great
say
question.
Jeremy knows that one.
Yeah, is that you?
Yeah, there's really not much to it. I think
Was it a Facebook poll for our friends or whatever?
We didn't know what to do. What was the other name? I think Barry the King was another one, but we set a Facebook poll between our friends. There was like a good maybe 14, 15 votes.
Total.
Yeah.
Whatever, go with it.
Yeah, it was a MySpace.
Alright, whatever, here it is.
So I've seen, I know that you guys have music out currently on iTunes. Is it currently just the one song, or do you have?
Yeah, right now it's just the one song, and we're currently working on recording a lot more music to put out there.
Are you guys planning on doing like an EP?
Yeah.
I think that's the
Pretty soon.
idea.
That's
Yeah.
the idea. Yep.
How many songs are you thinking about putting up to the EP?
EP will probably have 5 or 6. We actually, like you said, we are recording right now. When another song's almost done, we just need to tweak it a little bit, and then we'll probably put that out maybe by the end of the month or so.
Okay. So when recording the one song you guys have out currently right now, all out on the streaming services currently, did you guys do the recording yourselves, or did you go to a studio and do it?
We actually went to our close friend Zach Teller, and he recorded us for it. So
Oh, word.
yeah.
Okay.
Before that, we tried a bunch of
We tried
terrible
everything,
people.
Mhm.
Nobody like that anybody would know, but we just like tried a bunch of older people, and they just couldn't get the sound that we wanted.
Yeah, even your dad's friend.
Yeah, so
All Access Dave.
they just had a different outlook on the whole thing. So
When you say all access, Dave, how much all access did he have to go?
More than I want to know.
Totally.
So now being in band, with, for you guys, what is it that you want to? What message are you guys trying to bring across with doing your music and everything?
I'd say just positivity and friendship. We're just trying to bring across
negative
really.
lyrics.
Just trying to pretty much write the music that we want to do. We don't really have any like set genre that we play. We kind of just play what we want to do. Just have fun with it, I think.
Yeah, just have a good time, really.
yeah, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, it's
Just
kind
fun.
of been the structure with all the songs, because like if you listen to like our catalog, like a lot of the songs, like they go together, but there's definitely a different type of sound to almost every song.
So I saw you guys perform for We Came as Romans. You guys opened for them with A Greater Danger.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
big.
That was like a very last minute show for you guys. That was pretty exciting, wasn't it?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to hear a funny story, when we were first told, he was told, and he drove all the way to my place. And like, I opened the door, I'm like, what are you doing here? And he goes, playing with Who Came. I'm like,
Yeah.
and I drowned. I was just like, holy crap. That
Yeah,
was-
he just moved into a
insane.
new place, and I just drove there. I was like, I didn't hear from him, so we need to know now.
He doesn't have a phone or anything, so like, well, gotta do it somehow. So it's like, boom, here we are.
I was like, yeah, of course, duh.
Yeah, so did you guys get to like meet them and all that stuff? Did you get a chance?
No,
I didn't know.
they hung out in the tour bus a lot.
Yeah, well, yeah. They,
I don't blame them. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, that's.
I actually got to. The really cool thing is I actually wanted to like say to like who was involved in that show. I met them after the show outside the tour bus and got to talk to all of them, and they actually said that they were very impressed with the local talent that performed in front of those
Oh wow.
in front
That's great.
before
That's
them.
Hell yeah.
Now, one of my big questions to you is, what do you guys think of the local scene here in Syracuse, music-wise?
I think it's great. A lot of the bands have a lot of potential, but
There's a lot of drive
there's
going right now.
there's really just no
Venues.
way to there's no venues there, and people don't come out to the venues. You know, and I'm sure other bands have said that. You know, this is just a common thing.
Yeah, well, there's
Yeah.
only like two.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
You know, you don't.
There's what, Westcott and then Lost.
Yeah, the Lost,
Right.
and that's really it. And then
Pretty
there's-
much.
Yeah.
There's just not a lot of opportunity
Mhm.
around here for.
And it sucks too because the one thing with Syracuse is like it's always been like a musical city. Like there's always been so much talent in the city, and there's just not a lot of places to do it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I do have to say though, is that I feel like a lot of bands are supporting each other though.
Oh yeah,
No,
the bands
especially
support
now.
each other
For sure.
Yeah,
full front.
I think we
Yeah,
all like
all
see
the
the
time.
same faces at
It's more of a close
shows.
circle.
I mean, that's the one thing that I noticed a lot. Like, most of the bands all are local during that show. And
Yeah.
they all stayed, supported, you know, all of them.
Everyone just comes and hangs out. It's nice.
Yeah, but you know, overall, I think it's just with the community here in Syracuse is that everyone's trying to do their music and still have fun with it. But it's good to see that people look out for one another. It's also like that's why this place is so great too, the Gear Factory, because there's probably like 30 or 40 bands here that practice easily just on one floor, and there's so much talent here.
Not even just music too. Like someone was just out in the hallway filming a movie now too. Plus they got art and everything
Yeah,
around here.
yeah.
Even a t-shirt shop upstairs. There's everything over here.
You know, you guys are in the music scene, you probably gone to tons of shows. What's probably the craziest thing that you've ever seen at a show?
Oh man,
That's
that's
a
a great
tough one.
question.
I got one. A few years ago, though, it was a day to remember of Mice and Men, and I think Chuck, no Captain Chuck, played out in Rochester, and there was a guy with MMA gloves
Oh,
on in the
yeah.
pit, and I thought that was very funny. He had a wife beater on and MMA gloves, and I just to this day I've never seen anything like that.
He was like just trying to throw everyone down,
Yeah.
and then I think it was during Mice and Men. We had like 5 people. We sat down right in the middle of the pit and just like made a rowboat. We were sitting there just screaming, we're going, row,
Yeah.
row, row.
Or
Just
the
screaming, like,
chicken
circle
fight
pit around us.
was fun too. Years
Yeah,
back when
chicken
you
fight.
jumped on my back, we just ran.
Yeah. Oh, that was during Glass Cloud.
Oh yeah.
I miss them.
I think one of the funnier things I've seen is, this was years ago, it was in Albany. I can't think of who was playing. I want to say it was like Chelsea Grin or something like that. But there was this huge dude. He was like 4'11", at least 500-600 pounds. And he was wearing this like silly panda hat. And he was just in the pit just swinging and he tried to crowd surf.
Oh, screaming like you mean it.
Yeah, yeah. And the dude goes up and instantly flips and goes straight down, lands on his head. We all thought he died, and it was just pandemonium.
Everyone was so
He got up
scared.
though, it was pumped.
Yeah.
Like,
It's pandemonium.
Panda.
Well, who do you think musically influences you the most?
Okay, I'll start.
Ronda Rousey.
Oh yeah, totally. Dude.
Our
She can
favorite.
bang a set of drums.
She's the wind
I grew up listening to Phil Collins, and that's obviously what made me want to become a drummer. And then
Phil Collins.
later on, when these guys asked me to join, I started listening to, obviously more heavy stuff. So I listened to Slipknot a lot. So I real big inspiration of,
Joey
Joe
Jordison.
Yes.
yeah,
By far.
his man.
He's the man.
He's the legend.
Yeah, so so Phil Collins and Joey Jordison. That's mine.
I was just big on Silverstein, really. Shane Told and those guys is what brought me over to metal. Because before that, I was all about ska. Like I'd listen to Less Than Jake, Operation Ivy,
Oh, God.
Muscle Plug, and all that. That was it. I was a typical rude boy. I was at every show just skanking, doing my thing. But Shane Told kind of brought me to the metal scene. Just after that, I had to just kind of pick it up. His vocals are like infectious.
Were you the guy that's like, I remember when ska was cool before everyone liked it? Was that you?
Dude, it's still cool. All right.
I love ska. Ska's great.
Yeah. We're gonna start a ska side project.
Hey, I would be down for that. It's like,
Called
no
Raise
joke.
the Horns.
Yeah.
Nice.
One Facebook like.
Yeah.
Alright.
No, it's gonna be before. It's gonna be all four of us.
Well, it's you.
My biggest inspiration, probably for guitar, is probably Will Swan from Dance Gavin Dance. Like he's just an insane guitarist and he's so versatile. And yeah, other than that, probably even in metal, like I listen to a lot of like August Burns Red and stuff like that. So JB from August Burns Red is probably a huge inspiration.
I don't know. For me, I kind of grew up listening to a lot of like metal stuff. I was really big into Def Leppard growing up. But right now, or when I was playing guitar, really starting to play metal, I'll tell you Tom Denny from A Day to Remember. Him and just listening to Stick to Your Guns really got me more into the scene.
Sure.
And those are really very versatile.
Which tattoo do you
inspirations.
have actually? Is that a Stick to Your Guns?
Yeah, Stick to Your Guns
Tattoo.
tattoo.
So, what would you like to see the band doing 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I'd like to see us still doing what we're doing, but couple albums, couple tours. Well, hopefully a lot of tours. It's 5 years later.
Yeah, 5 years later, we should be.
Maybe just one new song.
Yeah, that's pretty much the pace we're on right now. So.
So, I thank you guys so much for sitting in with us.
Thank you.
Appreciate
you.
it. And so, for your viewing pleasure, we're going to have Raise the Tides perform for us and everything. And I'm sure they're going to freaking rock this room. It's going to be amazing. Anyway, so this is Kyle from the Kyle Chronicles. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hear me out, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace!